Awesome. Tansei, oki, bonjour everybody. How's everybody doing today? It looks like my stream isn't quite working. Oh, there we go. Some of my stream is starting to work. I'm sure we'll figure out the Twitter one later. Restream is just switching over from Periscope, and Twitter has to kind of tune in, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but here I am. So I hope everybody's having an amazing week. Here in Mohkinstsis, it's been quite lovely. The weather's been really, really warm, unsettlingly warm actually, but it's given me the opportunity to go sage picking a couple more times. So it's been awesome. I went sage picking this afternoon. It was really, really lovely. And it was just good to be on the land and help people learn how to be at one with the land and how to listen to the land and themselves. And it's just such a gift to be able to share those teachings. And so I wanted to welcome everybody into the circle today with, of course, that land acknowledgement, which is acknowledging that sense of place. And I think now more than ever, it's so important to do that, to really acknowledge where we've come from, where we have been, and where we're going. And I am not from Mohkinstsis. I am from Treaty 6 territories, so my reserve is Muskeg Lake Cree Nation. In Saskatchewan, I'm Cree, Anishinaabe, and Métis. But it's important to acknowledge the land upon which we stand. So even though I'm Cree, Métis, and Anishinaabe, I call Mohkinstsis my home. And so I wanted to thank the families that have been here for time immemorial. I want to thank the Blackfoot of Siksika, Kainai, and Pagani, the Sarsi-Dene, also known as the Beaver people from Tsuut'ina, and the Stoney Nakoda from Morley, which includes Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. We're also walking in the footsteps of Métis Region 3, which typically I wear my Métis sash to honor that bridge between Indigenous and non-Indigenous culture, and I'm always really, really proud whenever I wear my Métis sash. One of my Métis sashes was gifted to me from a Métis elder, another one was gifted to me from a Blackfoot elder, and so they are always in my heart whenever I wear those sashes. And today, I just wanted to wear my fabulous shirt, Every Child Matters. This was actually from my reserve, and so I'm very humbled to be able to wear it. And just to acknowledge the land upon which we stand. So to welcome everyone into the circle today, I wanted to share with you the Cree Welcome Song. Traditionally, when we sing songs, we sing rounds of 4 to honor the 4 directions of the medicine wheel. But this song is a little different. We actually sing it in rounds of 3 to keep the circle open and welcoming. And that's really to honor everybody's voice in the circle. And to recognize that there's no beginning, there's no end. We're all connected in the circle, and we all need to take care of each other and not judge each other. Because I think sometimes, especially in our society, we tend to compare ourselves to others, but we're not the same. And this song helps us to understand that we're not the same, and it's important to just embrace every single person and all the gifts that they bring to the table and not judge each other. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to agree 100% of the time, but it's those moments that we can come together and find compromise. That's truly where we're going to find resilience and where our communities are going to be able to move forward in a good way. And so this song, Miasin, is from the Nataha family from Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation, which is on the border of Saskatchewan and Alberta. And I always honor them when I sing this song. I think it's very important to acknowledge where those songs and stories have come from, you know, the stories and the history of those songs, because for so many generations we weren't able to share them. They had to go underground. We weren't able to speak our languages, share our stories, share our songs. In the residential schools, so many of our histories have been taken away, but they're still here. We had to go underground, but we're still here, and these teachings are still here, and these songs are still here, so it's a gift to be able to share. And so Miasin really honors that. And it doesn't just mean welcome, it also means beautiful. And I'm going to stand up to sing, so I'm going to push my chair out of the way. I got the rolly chair today, so that's a good one. Miasin, Miasin, Hasemina, Hasemina, Epetakote, Niwagomagan. Hota, homa, kita skino, miasin, miasin, hasemina, Niwagomagan Hota Homa Kitaskino Miyasen Miyasen Hasemina Hasemina Epetakote Niwagomagan Hota Homa Kitaskino. Hi, and welcome to the circle tonight, everyone. So, I wanted to start with a smudge because I like to start with a smudge. But also it's our way to balance, it's our way to cleanse, it's our way to pray, and all that is setting intention. But whenever we're going through a hard time emotionally, and I know I've been quite emotional over the last little while. Of course, with Orange Shirt Day coming up, it's been brings up a lot of memories. It's bringing up a lot of challenges for many families, for many elders who've had to go through it, for many people who've had to survive through intergenerational trauma, myself included. I was very blessed that I was able to break that cycle of intergenerational trauma with my own children. And so it's a gift to be where I am, and the way that I was able to break through those cycles was culture, was smudging, was the stories, was the songs, and was really connecting with my ancestors and who I was. And so whenever I smudge, it's that reminder of being balanced, of, you know, going back to our roots. And we're all indigenous to somewhere, and we're all colonized in some way, shape, or form. So it's just important to really acknowledge that so that we can move forward together as one nation. This is why we see all my relations. I'm going to pull all of my fabulous things out here. And the teachings that I share, I only share kind of like the surface of them. So I definitely go more in depth with a lot of the teachings that I do share when I'm in person or when I'm doing ceremony. But I pre-made a ball just for tonight, which is great. Because I had someone ask me if it was okay for me to share these teachings online, and it is, because I'm only sharing one aspect of the teachings. I'm not sharing all of the teachings. And there you go. I always lay out all of my medicines before I start, just so I'm bringing in that balance and really honoring everything around us. Just a quick rundown of the medicines here. And I'm going to put all of these back. Awesome. Before I smudge. So again, these are my teachings, and they're going to differ depending on what nation we're from, or depending on just your teachings, who you learn from, your elders, and where you are. So your teachings might change throughout your life depending on what you need at that given time, and that's okay. It's not right or wrong. It's just different. It's whatever serves you, whatever is helpful to you on your path. And so on my path, I'm Oji Crease, so these from southern Alberta, or sorry, southern Saskatchewan. And so my teachings might be a little different, and that's okay. This is why it's important to learn from many different elders and knowledge keepers. And so in the east, we start in the east and we follow the sun, whereas if we're in Mohawk country, we go the other way around, but that's okay. Because they reflect the sky, because they're people of the Great Lakes. But this is Sweetgrass. I have it in the east. It connects us to Grandfather Sun, the masculine energy, that fire, the power of the morning, and the power of spring when Grandfather Sun comes back to the earth. And it honors our mind. And so this is our mind medicine. That's in the east. We go to the south. And in the south, this is our physical body medicine, which is very bunched up right now. But this is cedar, and cedar is that guidance of our physical body, that reminder of the connection that we have to the earth and the reciprocal relationship we have to have with the earth, how we always have to give something back at the same time as we take. And so, because if we take and take, there's going to be nothing left, so we always have to give something back. And that's even in relationships and to each other. If we take too much, that relationship's going to fall apart. It's not balanced. So it reminds us to bring that balance to all of our relationships as well, and to our own physical body. If we push ourselves too hard without sustaining ourselves, our bodies are going to fall apart. So it teaches us about honoring our bodies as well. So that is the connection to Mother Earth, and that is cedar. Next we have sage, which is what I was picking today up on Nose Hill. And there's still quite a bit. I actually found this pocket, and I hadn't passed it before, and I've been up there a couple of times this year, and it was just tons. It was amazing. So it didn't take me very long to pick today. My girls are watching a horror movie. Sorry about that. And this is sage, beautiful sage, which is the women's medicine. It's connected to water. It's connected to our emotions. Connected to the fall, which is the season that we're going into now. And going to be about honoring your heart medicine. And our emotions. Grandmother Moon, of course, is connected to that as well. This is why we call our moon time, because we cycle with the moon. Then we go to the north. And the spirit medicine we have laid out is tobacco. This was gifted to me, but it was in the bottom of my bag, so it's a little smushed. And then if we are not using tobacco and we actually have to use something that we can take into our body, into our being, we'll use this red willow bark. I can't wait until there's snow on the ground and those roots of the red willow freeze so that I can go harvest some more, because we don't harvest, the medicine of it is all in the roots, and so in the winter when the ground freezes it pushes all of the medicine into the branches itself. So but soon enough, there will be snow on the ground and it will be cold and I will be able to harvest this medicine. But for now, I have a little bit, enough to get me through. So I'm very thankful and humbled for that. And so I'm going to smudge today. So this is my smudge shell. You'll notice the size of it. This is my public smudge shell. So I actually have 3 different smudge shells. I have one for public, which is this. This is my community one. So I can share it with everybody. I have a smaller one, slightly smaller, and that is my ceremony one that I use only for ceremony. And then I have a much smaller one that is my travel one, and that's my personal one that I take with me if I know I'm not going to be teaching but I still want my smudge with me. I'll just bring that little one with me. And so yeah, and it's pink, which I dig. So that's my personal one. But this one is a teaching tool, and this is for all of community, so everybody can use it. And the shell itself represents water. The medicine, no matter what we do or what we use, we put it in the bowl. It represents earth because it comes from the earth. Light it on fire represents fire. And then the smoke going up represents air, which is our connection to Creator. So there we go. So I'm going to slide back and I'm going to smudge. Whee! There's no right or wrong way to smudge. It's whatever feels good to you. And sometimes if you're just feeling like really run down, you smudge and you'll feel really renewed and rejuvenated. If you're feeling emotional or upset, you can smudge. Sage is kind of the universal, so you can smudge with it pretty much any time. In Blackfoot teachings, sweetgrass is kind of the universal, so everybody smudges with sweetgrass in Blackfoot teachings. You'll notice I'm fanning it with my hand because I don't blow on it. My breath is my life. And your life is precious, so don't waste that for anybody. First thing I do is I cleanse my hands in it. Again, no right or wrong way. Some people do that. Some people just bring it over themselves a few times, bring it to wherever they need it, and then just say miigwech or hi or merci or grazie or however you say thank you when you're done. And I'm going to do a long smudge. Smudge my mind so I can think clearly and learn from every person that crosses my path, so I can be open-minded and never rigid with my thinking. I smudge my ears so I can hear all of the messages that Creator sends me. So I'm very, very thankful for my hearing this lifetime, and so I remember to listen twice as much as I speak. This is why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Smudge my eyes so I can see clearly and see all of the beauty that surrounds me. I'm very thankful for my vision this lifetime, but to remind myself never to be so short-sighted to forget to see the unseen. I smudge my nose so I can smell danger and cookies and nature, of course. I smudge my mouth so I can speak only true and kind words that are helpful. Ask myself, is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it kind? If it's none of those things, don't say it, don't do it. I smudge my throat because I'm very thankful for my voice this lifetime, so I can continue to give voice to the voiceless and share the voices of those who have long since passed. May the ancestors speak through me using my voice. I'm very humbled and thankful for my voice this lifetime. I smudge my lungs so I breathe good, clean air to remind myself of the sacred breath that we all share and the divine that is in with each and every one of us. Smudge my heart so I pray for my family, my friends, so I can honor them, show unconditional love and patience, those we haven't met yet, and all of our relations. I smudge my stomach so all of the food that I eat this day will nourish my body. Smudge my belly button because that's where your spirit is, and that's where we're connected before we come into this world. I smudge my womanhood because I'm very thankful to be a woman and a mother in this time. Even though I carry masculine and feminine teachings as a two-spirit woman, I'm still in this body, and I've been blessed to bring children into this world. I'm going to smudge my shoulders and my back so I can carry all of the responsibilities that Creator has gifted me with grace and humility. Smudge my arms and my hands so I can do the good work that Creator's put me here to do. It's very chilly down here, so I'm wearing my hoodie today. I smudge my legs so I can walk this red road in a good way. And I smudge my feet so I stay grounded and connected to Mother Earth, treading lightly upon her and honoring her with every step. And if there's anywhere else in your body that you need a little extra love, so definitely my hips today. I was hiking a little bit. A little sore. My knees today. I was hiking. A little sore. I'm in my back. I have one spot in my back and it just won't release, so always honor that one spot. And then if there's anyone in your life that you want to send that healing to, so I'm going to pray for the elders that have been going through a lot with Orange Shirt Day, anyone who has been struggling with the teachings, with the messages, with the histories, with the stories. As much for them, and hold them in my heart with gentleness and love. And then when you're all done, you say thank you in your language. So hi, language. And I'm actually going to smudge my drum, because I haven't done that in a while. Awesome. And it's important to cleanse your stuff. If you need some mental clarity, you'll probably want to burn the sweetgrass. If you need some grounding, you can burn the cedar. And then if you need some emotional healing, you can burn the sage. If you just kind of like need a well-rounded, just put all your medicines and use sage. And that's a very Cree thing to do. But today, I just wanted to sing the healing song first and foremost. I know that the next week is going to be probably very challenging for a lot of people, myself included, because it does bring up a lot of memories and a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, much trauma, but also it's important. It's important that we share that truth, because we can't have reconciliation without the truth. And so even though it is a very difficult day, the 30th, I think it's something that we need to focus on every single day. It's something that we need to learn about this dark chapter in our history, but also so that we make sure that this doesn't happen to any future generations, because we've already gone through it, we've already lived through it, we don't need to experience it again. And so we need to stand up and work together as a society to make sure that we correct those things so we can make a better world for all of our future generations. When we talk about the residential school, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but I think it's important to hear it. It's important to know what history has come before us to give us the privilege of, to give settlers the privilege of living here on this land. When we look at Canada and the States, had it not been for the genocide of Indigenous people, they wouldn't have, it was literally called Clearing the Plains, and it was awful. And it's a really dark chapter, but a lot of people are living in privilege because of that history. And so we need to recognize it, and we need to appreciate the value of each and every one of those lives lost, but also the intentions that were set by the governments and how we can correct those moving forward. We have to decolonize all of the systems to be able to heal fully and completely as all people. The atrocities happen to Indigenous people, but also the settlers are feeling guilty because they are benefiting from what has happened in the past and what continues to happen to this day. And so this is why it's so important to be able to talk about things openly and to be able to hear these truths, the hard truths, because if you don't know, then how are you supposed to heal and move forward? And so this healing song is for all of our people who have suffered. It's for all of the elders that continue to suffer, the trauma that they continue to carry. It's for those future generations who, you know, they are going to carry that burden for many, many moons to come. And breaking intergenerational trauma it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. I'm very blessed that I was able to break that cycle of abuse with my own children, so they never experienced what I did growing up. My Cookham being the residential school, all she knew growing up was that pain and that hurt and that trauma and that shame and that abuse. And so when she had kids, it didn't matter how far away from the reserve she moved, she still carried that with her because that's all she'd ever learned. And in turn, that's what was shared with my mom, and in turn that was passed down to me. And so that's what intergenerational trauma is. But I was able to recognize that that wasn't ours to carry. That wasn't mine for my families to carry. And once I was able to put that aside as a tool of colonization, I was able to decolonize my heart, to be able to return to ceremony, to be able to share the songs and stories and drumming. And that was my healing journey. And because of that, that made me a better mom, because that's exactly what I needed to reclaim. Myself as an Indigenous woman, my teachings, my ancestors, and my right to be a good mom. And so I'm very thankful and humbled to be where I am. But I also know that there's a lot of people that need that healing to break through those cycles, because they are very, very hard to break. And so this Cree healing song, it's also called the crying song or the wailing song. So if it brings you to tears, that's okay. It's supposed to do that. And it used to be a ceremonial song. We also only used to share it in ceremony, but many elders have said now is the time that we need to bring it forth to be able to share, so we can all heal together as one nation. All of our relations need to heal together. The earth needs to heal just as much as all of our hearts and minds and spirits and bodies need to heal, because we're all together. We're all together in this. And so, yeah, this is the Cree healing song. It's called the crying song or the wailing song. And we sing it in 4 rounds, and we sing it with a heartbeat, which is the women's beat or an honor beat. And I'm actually just going to move this out of the way the whole time. There we go. And the 3rd round, we actually stop drumming. That's the healing round. And so when I stop drumming, that gives you the opportunity to really focus those intentions, those prayers, and really ask for the things that we need, ask for the healing that we need, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you, and for everyone, our future generations, and to really mend those severed ties to our past and heal them moving forward. And then when that drum beat kicks back in, just let it out. Let out all of those intentions and prayers to the universe, so that, you know, Creator, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever you believe in, will do the work that needs to be done with that energy. So this is the healing song. this is quite busy. So September and October are always quite busy. And just because there was a lot of well, not only back to school, there's Alberta Culture Days, there's, of course, Orange Shirt Day, or Truth and Reconciliation Day, which I am so thankful that they have finally declared a federal holiday, because it needed to be. It needed to be a time of reflection. And it really hurts my heart that our own province is not willing or able to recognize that, even though it has been recognized federally. Especially when they're talking about one side, oh, it's about truth and reconciliation, and then the government on the other side is like, no, we're just not going to observe this. So it's silly. I think it's important to put pressure on your politicians. We're actually living in a legal system, but you do what you can with the tools you got. The other date that we have coming up is Sisters in Spirit. And so Sisters in Spirit is on October 4th. So October 4th is next Monday. And so look on the NWAC website. Maybe you can find events happening in your area, but also, you know, scour Facebook, Google it. Here in Mohkinstsis in Calgary, we will be starting the march at 11 o'clock in front of Bankers Hall, just off 3rd and 8th. So 3rd Street and 8th Avenue Southwest, so along Stephen Avenue. We march along Stephen Avenue, and then we go into Olympic Plaza, and then the event itself starts at noon, and we will be honoring Nahid Nenshi, our mayor, because he's stepping down. He's not going to be our mayor anymore, but he's done so much work towards truth and reconciliation, and so we wanted to really honor the work that he has done, and hope that that legacy continues with our next set of councillors and our next mayor, because I think that's really essential for us to all move forward as a society. And so the songs that I wanted to share today, and I want to break them down to make it a little bit easier, are some women's songs, and I want to be able to teach them so that we can all sing them together when we march on Monday. And so on Monday, I always bring all my drums with me, and so you'll have an opportunity to drum and to sing, and hopefully some of the songs, you can feel free to listen to many of the live streams that I've done, and hopefully be able to learn some of the songs that we can march together with. And so the first song that I wanted to share, this is the Strong Woman Song. And in the Strong Woman Song, it used to be known as the Turtle Song. It is an Oji Cree song. Thirsty. And it honors Mother Earth, it honors the turtle, it honors Grandmother Moon, and it teaches us that we are sacred as women. It teaches us about the strength of the woman, the ability of our bodies to be able to recover after giving birth, or to be able to change, or that sacrifice that we get every month. That's our own personal ceremony. So it's teaching us about the sacredness that we have within our being, within our body, because that life flows out of us. And even if we choose not to have children throughout our lifetime, still that lifeblood, what we used to do is we used to have moon lodges, because that was a time when we were really powerful, we were really strong, and we would be able to channel our prayers into the things we needed for all of our nations. And so a moon lodge was a very sacred place. It wasn't that we were getting, kicked out of the village for being on our moon time, but it was a gift, and it still is a gift. This is why we're very, very strong and powerful on our moon time. But this is really about that strength that we have within us to be able to continuously sacrifice every month, to be able to continuously give to our community, and to be able to really bring life and draw community together in a good way. So yeah, this is the Strong Woman Song. Yes, I'm going to teach it. It's weird teaching without somebody here. So the first bit, of course, it's the heartbeat. So the first bit, the lead, sings way hey yo, and then the next is everyone way hey yo. The next bit, everyone as well, way hey hi yo, way hey yo. Then way hey ho way hey hi yo, way hey hi yo, way hey oh way hey hi yo. So I'm going to sing it through, and as we sing it through, the way that I do it is I go up a little bit each time. So to me, when I do that, it's like I can feel the strength and the power building within each and every one of us as we go up a little bit higher each time with every round. It's like rising above any of the challenges that we have gone through to find out and discover who we truly are and the power that we truly hold. But I'm going to sing it straight right now so that you can kind of get the gist of it without worrying too much about the key. So I'm going to sing it through 4 times. Then by the 4th time, everybody's going to be ready to sing with me on Monday. So the next song I'm going to share, this is the Women's Warrior Song, and this is the Sailor Song, and they sing it a lot for the women who have disappeared on Hastings Street in Vancouver, for the family that we've lost along the Highway of Tears, and for all of the murdered missing Indigenous women across Canada. This has really been a theme song. So the Women's Warrior Song is truly about being a warrior isn't necessarily having to be aggressive, having to fight. Being a warrior is just simply standing up for what you believe in. A warrior is the people who pick up the pieces after someone goes missing or after someone has been murdered. The families that keep striving for justice with gentle voices, those are warriors. The women who raise their other people's children because those other women just, they've gone. And those truly are the warriors. They're the ones that pick up the pieces in the community, the ones that continue to stand up for what's right and never back down. Those are true warriors. And our warriors are gentle, but our warriors are kind. It takes a lot of kindness and compassion to be a true warrior, including kindness and compassion with yourself. And so, yeah, this is the Women's Warrior Song. It also honors those other warriors that stand beside us. This is for the 2 spirit warriors that are standing up for who they are and standing up for their communities. These are for the warrior men who stand beside those warrior women. And so this is for all of our warriors. This song, I'm going to actually break down and sing it first. the first round, and then we'll sing it 4 times. So it's a straight beat, which is nice. But when we sing it the 4th round, we actually stop drumming and we hold our arms up to be strong and to be warriors. So it's hey, 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 yaki-oh, yaki-oh, hey, hey, yaki-oh, yaki-oh, hey, hey, yaki-oh, hey, 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 yaki-oh, yaki-oh, hey, hey, yaki-oh, yaki-oh, hey, hey, yaki-oh. So I sing it twice. Oops. I'm going to sing it 4 times with the drum. So the beat is nothing, nice and simple, nothing too crazy. You're good. Yaki-oh, hey, yaki-oh. So the little call I do in the end there, it's not little, it's loud, it's big. That's me. So that's just the way that I call in the ancestors, I honor the ancestors with my voice. It's the way I speak. And also the way I call my kids in Walmart, which is super embarrassing for them, which is awesome. So the next song that I do sing during the march is Anagaya, which is the women's honor song. And in it, you can feel kind of the pulse with it. This song is from Joan Henry. She is Arapaho and Cherokee. And so I honor her for bringing this song forward and for sharing this song in such a beautiful way. And so, yeah, I'm so glad. Please do. Everyone is welcome to sing these songs. And there's something so powerful about drumming and singing and sharing together, especially when we're at those marches, when everyone is all drumming, everyone is sharing those songs. There's just this electricity and this hope that really you can feel other people with us. You can feel, you know, those people who have been who have gone missing, the people who've been murdered. You can feel their spirits. It's like we're calling their spirits home. And it's such a gift to be able to share and to be able to sing together, to bring those spirits home. And so sometimes it's so overwhelming. I feel like just so overcome with emotion when we are all singing and drumming together, because it does feel like this big homecoming. And you can feel what was unsettled before, like finally being at peace. But yeah, Joan Henry's song. So it's broken up into 2 parts. There is the beginning part, which is Anagaya, and then the second part, which is, yeah, I'll just sing it. Okay, so the first part is Anagaya, we ha we ha, we ha no we ha we ha we ha we ha we ha ha ha. Sing that again. Anagaya, we ha we ha, we ha no we ha we ha we ha we ha we ha ha. So that's the first part, and I do know one love song. I'll share it after this one. And then the next part is When away, when away we are. When away we oh hey we are. Way high ya, way high we are. Goes really low, so I changed the key a little bit when we sing it through. But yeah, so that's Anagaya. And just feel free to sing it straight or follow me for changes. And then we are going to sing it through. In the last version, or the last verse, we actually repeat the Anagaya aspect of it. And then we say, we are, because we are. We're all connected. Wait. Anagaya, we are, we are. We are away, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, Anagaya, we are, we are, we are away, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, when away, no way, when away we are. No way, we oh hey we are, way high, way high, way high we are. Anagaya, way high we are, way high away, way high, way high, way we are, when away, no way, when away we are, when away, no way, we oh hey we are, way high, way high, way high we are, Anagaya, way high we are, way high away, way high, way high, way we are, when away, no way, when away we are, when away, no way, we oh hey we are, way higher, way high, way high we are, Anagaya, way high we are, way high away, way high, way high, way we are, when away, no way, when away we are, when away, no way, we oh hey we are, way higher, way high, way high we are, Anagaya, way high we are, way high away, way high, way high, way we are, Anagaya, way high we are, way high away, way high, way high, way we are. So I know I know a couple love songs, but one of them is a Mohawk love song, and I don't know it very well because I haven't practiced in a really long time, but I will definitely practice that and actually share it in a couple weeks. This one is the only Blackfoot song I know. I always feel bad because it's funny, when songs are meant for you, you'll remember them quite easily, but I have heard so many Blackfoot songs and I just cannot learn them. There's just something, like even just the language, I have a really hard time wrapping my brain around it, and it's just, I don't know, not meant for me yet. But I'll get there, I'm sure, because it's important to be able to learn so you can teach. And so this song is this Blackfoot I Love You song. It's from Olivia Tailfeathers, and it's such a beautiful song to be able to share with everybody. It means I love you. It means I love and appreciate you. It's Gitsi Gokkelman. So usually when I sing it, I can sing it as a call and response because it's really great to sing as a call and response, but it's also really just beautiful to share with each other. So it's Gitsi Gokkelman, We're going to sing it to everyone. Everyone gets men. Everyone gets men. Everyone gets men. Way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, gets men. So you can sing it to your friends, you can sing it to your family. So if I was going to sing it to my kids, I could say Gitsigakkomen Ariel, Gitsigakkomen Chloe, Gitsigakkomen Landon, then Gitsigakkomen Cloud, because those are my 4 kids. So I would sing it to them. But we can also sing it to Mother Earth, which is Na'a, who I usually sing it to. We can also sing it to the water, which is Ogoi, which is Blackfoot for water, and then we can sing it to where we live. So I live in Mokinstis, so I would sing it to Mokinstis. And so I'm going to sing it to everyone, then Na'a, then Mokinstis, and then Ogoi, which is the water. Yeah. Gitsigakkomen, Na'a, Gitsigakkomen, Na'a, Gitsigakkomen, Na'a, Gitsigakkomen. Way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, Gitsigakkomen. Gitsigakkomen, Mokinstis, Gitsigakkomen, Mokinstis, Gitsigakkomen, Mokinstis, Gitsigakkomen. Way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, Gitsigakkomen. Gitsigakkomen, oh boy, Gitsigakkomen, oh boy, Gitsigakkomen, oh boy, Gitsigakkomen. Way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, Gitsigakkomen. Gitsigakkomen, everyone, Gitsigakkomen, everyone, Gitsigakkomen, everyone, Gitsigakkomen. Way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, way-ah, way-yo, Gitsigakkomen. And so, North Cree is North Cree. Oh, awesome! I am South Cree. But the last song, I probably have time for 2 more. Let's do 2 more. So oftentimes when we're marching, we'll sing the bear song as well. And I teach the bear song a little different. This is more the community version of it. So it's more about coming together, about honoring the spirit within each and every one of us and the teachings of the bear around us. This is an Anishinaabe song. And so, yeah, so this is the bear song. It's, I'll break it down. Way-ah, 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 ya, way-la, way-yo. Way-ah, 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 ya, way-la, way-yo. Manitou makwa, kaminanase. Manitou makwa, hey Anishinaabe. So this is the Anishinaabe bear song. We're going to sing it with the drums. Sometimes I do it as a call and response just to make it easier to teach. But I'm going to sing it straight through today. So another song that I want to share that sometimes we do sing in the marches. Also an Anishinaabe song. This is the Thunderbird Song. And the Thunderbird teaches us about moving forward, never getting stuck in ruts, because of course when we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, eventually the Thunderbird just kicks us in the butt and puts us on the right path. It teaches us that sometimes even the hardest things that happen to us happen to us for good reason. And we might not know it right away. We might not know it for several years, but when we do finally figure it out and see that strength that is brought to us and the teachings and the learnings that it's brought to us through all that pain, it really defines who we are. And so, yeah, this is the Thunderbird Song. It's about the gifts that the Thunderbird gives us and kicks in the butt. And also never to ignore our intuition, because that is the voices of our spirit. It's the voices of our ancestors. And it reminds us to make decisions for our future generations while honoring and respecting all that the past generations have done. So this is the Thunderbird Song. It's been awesome to be able to share in a good way. Trying to think of other songs that we actually share while we march. We share a lot, and you know, there's a few that I have kind of written that I share on the march, and so I'm going to share the Chickadee Song. I feel weird when I say I wrote it, because I don't feel like I wrote it. I feel it came through me in ceremony, so I didn't write it. It just came. And so I feel like I just honor it and honor that journey moving forward through this song. And it teaches us how to listen to each other, how to listen to our heart, how to listen to our own spirit, but most importantly, how to listen to our community, and recognize that the loud voice isn't necessarily the most important. And I think politicians need to figure that out. And they really need to start to listen to each other and learn from each other, because they're not acting like leaders. And we need true leaders. Leaders are the ones that put themselves at the back and listen to everybody's voice to be able to make the world better for everyone, not just a select few. And so this is the Chickadee Song, which is a very joyful song. It's definitely a children's song, but children's songs are good for all community. So this is the Chickadee Song. Usually I do as a call and response, but I'm going to sing it all the way through. So I always close with the traveling song because I think it's so beautiful. It teaches us that all roads lead home, and home is where you make it. And it also teaches us that things that are meant for us will come back to us in time. And so sometimes if you miss an opportunity, it's for a good reason, it's for a good purpose, because that's not the road that you need to walk down. And this song, I learned it originally from my elder Sharon Prue Turner, and I was so thankful. But then when she passed, I felt like that song was gone forever. But then I was thinking about her, and I had a beautiful opportunity, and I was able to meet amazing women who are Anishinaabe, and they were like, hey, can you help us share this song for the show? And I was like, sure. And then they shared it, and I just broke down and cried, and I was like, you know, the song, it came back. And it was just such a beautiful gift for it to come back in that way. And then every time I sing it, I feel like Sharon's with me, and I'm so, so thankful and humbled. But it reminds me that, you know, just keep on that road, and all the twists and turns, they will lead us in the right direction, the right path, as long as we just trust the road ahead and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And to recognize that we make family out of our friends, and to know that family is everywhere along this road. And that our ancestors have led us here for a reason, and our future generations will be pulling us forward down that road. And so, Miigwech, everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for sharing, or for letting me share, and for singing along, because I know some of you were singing along, and I really appreciate that. But this is the closing song and the traveling song. I hope everyone has a beautiful week ahead. I hope everyone has a very insightful and reflective September 30th, which is Truth and Reconciliation Day, or Unshirt Day. Please take that time to really reach out to people in our communities that may be suffering, may be hurting, might be dealing with things in silence, because sometimes we're just too proud to ask for help, or to say that we're not okay. And so sometimes it's just bringing a sandwich over to an elder and making sure that they're heard and they're felt and they're valued, or bringing tea or Timmy's. A lot of elders just love Timmy's, so just bring an elder Timmy's. That's a really good tribute on Orange Shirt Day, I think. And on Sisters in Spirit, which is on October 4th, if you're in Mohkinstsis in Calgary, I hope to see you there. And if not, then please honor wherever you are by putting some tobacco down, or praying for those women who we have lost, and those families that are still striving for justice. So this is the traveling song. Hi everyone. Thank you so much again for joining me today. Please, if you want to make a donation for Sisters in Spirit, please donate to Awatan, which is the women's Otan Healing Lodge is the Indigenous women's shelter here in Calgary, and they do amazing work within the community. And we are the committee that kind of puts the event on for Sisters in Spirit here in Mohkinstsis. If you are looking for places to donate for Orange Shirt Day, please do buy from Indigenous vendors, which is super important. There are some organizations, not going to mention names, but that have been selling orange shirts. But they're not going to the appropriate. They're not going to the appropriate people. They're not going to through the appropriate channels, and so give them directly to the people who are doing the work. People like Coloring It Forward, people like the Orange Shirt Day organization, and look for people who are doing the work in your community. You don't necessarily have to donate financially. You can donate with your time. You can donate with bringing people into your communities to share their teachings and their stories. And so hi everyone, thank you again. I hope everybody has a beautiful week, and Miigwech. Thanks.